Okay. What is going on? Wait, wait. This is what we need on. There we go. I had the wrong things on. Okay. Is there any echo or anything going on?
Yeah, your voice is a little delayed.
Yeah, I can hear it. I don't know why. What's going on? Hold on. Might be Discord maybe. Yeah, I don't know why I can hear. I can hear my own voice.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's because I can. I'm hearing your stream. No, I'm not. Oh, it's cause. Oh, it's cause Twitch isn't muted. There we go. Okay, that's the problem. There we go. Okay. It should.
So are we just seeing your face right now, or more, or are you also seeing my face? Fuck, sorry.
No, no. It's you're just seeing my face right
Okay,
now.
nice.
Okay. Problem solved. Is it? Does it sound good now?
Your voice is still delayed. It doesn't match with your lip sync.
It's delayed.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Um. Let me see. I think that's just for you because it's good for. It's like good on my end.
Yeah.
Like when I've got it up here. Anyways,
Yeah, it's probably just for me.
what is going on? So we're talking about what? What would you say? What would you say the main
Let's
topic
start.
is?
Uh, Movies
What are we
and
talking about here, Phoenix? Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So for sure, I do want to talk about movies, but specifically, like I want to get into the side of Hollywood that is like blippy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All I know about Blippi is the shitting video, but yeah. What else did he do? Huh, did he do? Zach, think he's pulling up something.
What could I say? Talking about Hollywood and it's
Wait, what were you talking about Blippi before?
no, bro, Joe.
Well, I'm curious. Like, did you mean to talk about the shitting video?
No, I'm talking about okay, so you know how Hollywood is weird in the sense where it's like there's so many there's so many actors that are involved in weird circles, and that's
Yeah.
just to start. Like that's what it is. There's so many actors involved in weird circles. Like we're like Tom Cruise in
Scientology.
Scientology.
Yes.
Here, let me pull up actors in Scientology. Like it's weird. There's okay, John Travolta, Tom Cruise, Elizabeth Moss, Giovanni Ribisi, Michael Pena.
Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes.
I
He
mean,
he was a Scientologist before he was killed off by the Scientologists.
Vivian Kubrick. That's a notable one.
I actually want to talk about Isaac Hayes actually. So,
Isaac
you know who
Hayes.
he is, right?
Let me see.
He was the voice of Chef on South Park, like in the earlier
Oh
seasons from
yes,
season 1 to 10.
yes.
Yeah. So South Park made an episode about Scientology, and they were like essentially making fun of it because it's a bullshit cult, and it made Isaac Hayes leave because he was like religious to that cult.
Really? Oh
Yes.
shit. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like so obviously Scientology is like a major thing, but when you go down to it, like, oh, dude, it's just weird. It teaches that humans are immortal spiritual beings called thetans, trapped in physical
Yeah.
bodies, aiming to restore innate spiritual abilities through a process called auditing. Now,
And
here,
L. Ron Hubbard, who's like the founder of Scientology, he was just a science fiction writer. Like, how could one just like suddenly believe all that?
well, I mean, that's the concept behind a lot of beliefs, right? It's
Yeah.
just some guy, like, a lot of atheists, or people that are very open about not believing God, and not believing in Jesus, and thinking that Jesus was just a kook.
Yeah.
Um, they describe Jesus as a man that is like he was just spewing bullshit, like a conspiracy
Yeah.
theorist. Like he's your average conspiracy theorist. Um which is interesting because like when you tie that into every other religion, that's kind of the basis that everything is all it is. Like,
Yeah.
hold up, my voice does sound echoey. Why does it sound so echoey? Why is it echoey?
I think your voice is matching up now. Oh wait, no, it's still delayed.
No, it sounds like buzzy. It sounds. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Testing. 1, 2. Test, 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 test. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Um. Hello, hello. Maybe I should just make this. Hmm. Wait. Wait. Can you talk for me real quick?
On my gain.
Yo, wow was wild.
I'm so sorry. I'm
Good
so
thing.
sorry.
Good. No, 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 no. Good thing that there was no way of hearing that. Okay. Now, now if I go here, and if I listen to my voice. Okay, you talk.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Okay. Now it's sounding good, right? I think it should be.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of blurriness in oh, yo, I can hear the stream on your end. There's a lot of blurriness when it comes to Hollywood, right? Um Yo, I can hear the stream on your end, bro. Turn that up.
Yeah.
Turn that down. Turn that down.
Yeah, I just turned the volume up on my laptop. Yeah, I just turned the volume up on my laptop.
Yeah, turn it
Do you want
down.
me to turn it down?
Yeah, turn it off, bro. That's what I've been saying.
Well, I'm all confused because like there's a delay, and like I'm just trying to see if it's better if I could like actually hear you speaking at the right
I think it's good. I think it's
thing.
good. I think it's good. Was it?
Well, the volume on my laptop wasn't turned up before, so I just started to turn it up like back then.
I'm sorry, I'm not getting you too well. Don't worry about it. Um, okay, so can I put this in dark mode? This is like really freaking. This I'm getting flashbanged over here. Bro. How do I put docs in dark mode?
I don't know, just turn your whole phone setting to dark mode or whatever.
No, I'm on PC.
Well, turn your PC mode into dark mode.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Here, let me see. I think I got it. But like, why is there so many people? You know, like. But I guess that is such a tip of the iceberg, like Hollywood stereotype. You know,
Yeah.
because Hollywood is obviously like it has the like pretty big pedophile name on it, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you know? What do you know about that?
Like yeah, there's are lots of big names that have gone like away with so many shit. Like Roman Polanski, he
Yeah,
made this cult movie actually called Rosemary's Baby. It's like one of my favorite horror movies of all time. But he molested a 13-year-old girl and never got any like fucking time for it. And
yeah,
another example, Victor Salva. He was the director of another more horror movie called Jeepers Creepers. Like even before he began to make that movie, he filmed himself performing like oral sex on some kid, and it's
dude.
like, yeah,
Like,
he's still directing too. So
wow, right?
it's like they can really get in trouble because they're like big
Well,
famous people.
That's what it is. They're immune, right? That's what,
Yeah,
and that's exactly
exactly.
what they think they are. They think they're immune
Yeah,
too. Um,
and like one of the reasons that Victor Salva like he never went to prison because like of other Hollywood directors coming in to like save his ass because of those like small pedophile circles. Like the director of The Outsiders and Apocalypse Now, Francis Ford Coppola, he helped Victor Salva like get out of prison, like vouching for his name because they're like big famous names in the industry.
yeah, but like, isn't there isn't there more controversy behind like massive groups like Hollywood parties like
like
like Epstein parties, like
Epstein, the Diddy parties.
yeah, yeah. Like there's talk about like that that background behind Hollywood,
Yeah.
which like like what do you what can you take out of that?
What? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. What?
Bro, I'm just trying to fucking figure this out, dude.
Well, I'm just trying to fucking hear you.
Oh my god, dude. Such a piss off. Okay, hold up. Are you a member of Scientology?
Nope.
You're not?
Don't think I am. No.
I don't believe you. But what is science
Why?
like look at he's preaching at least.
From what?
Hello?
Yeah.
My computer's lagging out.
Yeah, I saw on the screen.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. Okay, I think we're good.
Cool.
I'm just trying to I'm trying to remember what it is that I've cuz there's a background to Hollywood. There is. Like that's a big thing.
Hmm.
Bro, this is so annoying, dude. Like what do you know about like Hollywood cults and shit?
Uh, as far as like most of like what you know, like with Epstein's Island and P Diddy,
Okay, but
just just like crazy sexual fetish shit.
there's just and I feel like it's every layer of it's every bit of industry. There's a layer of just I don't know what to call weird weird stuff. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to say about it cuz it's um oh, fuck this shit, dude. Hollywood. I feel like this Yeah, the Manson family.
Oh, interesting connection with Charles Manson and the guy I mentioned earlier, Roman Polanski. You know who his ex-wife was? Sharon Stone.
No, I don't.
She was like one of the big victims of the Manson family murders, and she was actually pregnant with Roman Polanski's baby when she was murdered.
Dude. Wait, what does the Manson family have to do with Hollywood though? Were
Um,
they
they were just there, I guess.
Charles Manson targeted young followers and aimed to impact the Hollywood scene? Why? Wait, what? I didn't yeah, like that doesn't make sense for me.
I don't know the full story between Sharon Stone and Charles Manson, but I think I remember seeing that they were like friends or possibly acquaintances. And then Charles Manson kind of like got on her good side so he could like just irk her.
Yeah, but what was his interest in Hollywood? Charles Manson wanted to become a famous musician and rock and roll star.
That's
I didn't
crazy.
I didn't know that. He
Me
used
either.
he used his family of followers to end himself into the 1960s music scene.
Have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? It's
What?
like
I don't no, I actually
uh
haven't.
all right, so it's a really good movie. It's possibly like one of my favorite Quentin Tarantino films. Basically, uh, the Manson family is like a big like subplot of the movie because like it takes place in like early 1970s Hollywood, LA scene.
Mhm.
There's this one scene like in the movie that's like the ending of the movie. It's like batshit crazy. Uh, the Manson family like go up to one of the fictionalized characters, actors who's played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and then his friend is played by Brad Pitt. And then like the actors, they kind of like just like fucking brutalize the Manson family. Um,
Sorry? Your mic cut
like
out.
Brad Pitt. Oh shit, my bad. Hold up. Yeah, so Brad Pitt, he sicks his dog on one of the girls and kind of like he mauls her, and then after being mauled, she jumps into the pool, and then Leonardo DiCaprio's character kind of like takes a blowtorch and then just like sets her ablaze.
Okay, and what sorry, what does that have to do with Hollywood?
Because like we're talking about like Manson family and like it's like a kind of like a what if they hadn't gone for Sharon Stone and they had gone for like Brad Pitt and like a Leonardo DiCaprio's character. It's just
Right.
fucking interesting.
I don't know, like this is something that I haven't looked into enough, right? The like Hollywood conspiracy because there is a lot. So here I just kind of here let me just search up straight up Hollywood conspiracy cuz dude, there is so much conspiracy behind Hollywood and it's crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah, like okay, what do you know about QAnon?
QAnon.
Yeah,
Uh,
which I don't even know if like I don't even
it's
know
like
what the
a.
boundaries are about talking about. Can I
Oh wait. Okay.
can I talk about QAnon on Twitch?
I forget a lot about QAnon, but like I didn't know like a lot about QAnon.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can, because there's a whole channel dedicated to it. Um, so it's like a far right. It's a conspiracy theory, right? It
Yeah.
is. It is a conspiracy theory, but a conspiracy theory that has created political movement. That originated in 2017. It was like kind of um. Yo, I can hear the stream on your end.
But no, I turned the sound down.
Oh, weird. Um, what? Okay, so yeah, no, I can hear the stream on your end. You got to turn something down.
Dude, I swear it's like fully down. Like I have like no volume on my
Hello,
computer.
hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, should be good.
Swear to God,
Okay, I
there's
think
no.
think think it's good now. I think it's good now. So, okay, QAnon is like, bro.
Wasn't it about like Trump or a secret war?
No, QAnon has like Trump is associated, but I forget how. It's okay. Well, to QAnon is like it's like a far right American conspiracy theory and political movement that originated in 2017, centering on the belief that a satanic cannibalistic cabal of deep state actors operate a global child sex trafficking ring. Following belief, uh, followers believe President Donald Trump is secretly fighting this group, aiming to bring them to justice in an event known as the Storm. What the fuck? Yo, what are we even talking about?
Little did they know he was a part of the trafficking.
Dude, QAnon is a far right, unfounded American conspiracy theory and actors operates deep state actors operates a child global child sex trafficking ring. What? Okay. What is this deep state? Cuz it's describing a deep state as like here, I'm you got to be able to fucking see this shit. Cuz like here. Adherents believe a deep state. What deep state are we talking about here? Like, why is it talking about a deep state as if it was like. Okay, so it's basically a group of people composed of like major elites. So Hollywood elites, business leaders, and shit.
Yeah.
Um, operating a global child sex trafficking ring.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you know about this?
Uh, Considering what we know now with like the Epstein files, um, they weren't too far off with like the trafficking portion of it, and but they were far off with like Trump fighting it because he was actually for child trafficking with Epstein.
Right. But this isn't. I don't think QAnon has any ties to Epstein.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, it's ironic because they were like correct about like um elite people, like a business elites and Hollywood elites, like are running that ring.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and this has been a thing for yeah, nearly a decade old. It says right here. QAnon face faithful see validation in the Epstein files. So okay, so QAnon was basically a group that believed in a group of um yeah, dude, I can hear the stream on your end, dude. You got to like
Dude, it's not fucking
are
on.
you are
I
you
swear to you.
are you like you're on your phone?
Yes, I am on my phone right now. I'm talking to you through my phone.
That's probably why then.
Well, then how else am I supposed to talk to you?
Here,
Like, I don't have a mic or anything,
here,
or a PC setup.
do you have like any headphones?
Like, would wireless work?
Yep.
All right, one sec.
Okay, what do we Oh, I just realized I'm showing the void.
All right, I have my headphones on. Does that work?
Talk?
Hello, hello.
Talk, just keep talking.
Hi, hi. My name's Phoenix. Hi, 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 hi. Hello, hello, hello. Chicken
Can you
box.
can
Yeah.
you can you go into uh um you know what that'll do actually.
Okay.
Okay. So just looking at it, but is it a conspiracy theory or a political movement? Are QAnon believers? Are there like QAnon believers, or is there like is QAnon the group, of the the global sex trafficking group?
It
Sorry.
might be a little bit of both, like, because they were right about the global sex trafficking, but like they also believe in stuff like secret wars, known as like the Storm and
Well, yeah, that's exactly what this is talking about. It's like there's a belief that Donald Trump is gonna kind of like QAnon followers believe the administration would conduct arrests and executions of thousands of members of the cabal on the day known as the storm or the event. QAnon conspiracy believers have named the Democratic politicians, Hollywood actors, high-ranking government officials, business tycoons, and medical experts as members of the cabal of pedophiles. But I don't understand if QAnon is the group, or like the group of the child sex trafficking group, or the group of believers. Like that's what
I
I
think
don't.
they're the group of believers. I thought you said that the cabal was the group of the sex traffickers.
But it's like
Sorry.
where did it say like yeah, high-ranking government officials, business tycoons, and medical experts as members of the cabal of pedophiles. Okay, what if I just search up what is QAnon? Oh my god, I keep doing that. Conspiracy. Bro. Okay, QAnon is just, I think it is just the belief that there is,
Yeah.
like when you say what is QAnon, you're talking, the answer there would be, oh, it's like this, it's this, but is it like a belief, or is it the, I don't know. Look, QAnon is like a whole, there's a whole web to it, honestly.
Yeah, I knew that.
There's a big web to it. I mean, QAnon is like what's there's a documentary, I think it's on Prime Video. I forget. QAnon documentary. Yeah, Into the Storm is an American documentary television miniseries directed and produced by Cullen Hoback. Yeah. So it's basically, it's just like about QAnon. So I would watch that. I would totally watch that. That would be, yeah, so it's okay. So QAnon is just a conspiracy theory, of course. Now, if we look at actors in Hollywood that are a part of QAnon, interesting. Yeah, no, it's just weird. Like, it's, and it, I mean, I don't know. It's just a theory. It's just a
A
theory.
game theory.
But like, I don't
A
know. Like, what do
game
we take out of
theory.
that? Okay, like, let's go back here. Sorry. Okay, we got really off. Eyes Wide Shut.
Yes, that's a good movie.
So Phoenix and I watched this movie together. I had watched it before. It is an absolute anomaly in, you know, it's okay. It's a thriller. Really, really good movie. Very inappropriate, like insanely inappropriate. A lot of sexual content, and I have to say that because I mean, come on, if you're going to watch this movie without knowing that, there's gonna be you're gonna be a little surprised. Um, but basic,
Not
but
as inappropriate as Kubrick's original cut. Speaking of,
yes.
Zach, you want to lead this?
Well, okay, so the okay, there's a lot of conspiracy behind it because the original cut of Eyes Wide Shut is oh dude, the original cut has an additional 20 minutes to it, and that 20 minutes is completely unknown. um Stanley Kubrick had a meeting with the board of directors, and people from outside the hall where the meeting was conducted could hear Stanley Kubrick screaming at the top of his lungs, "You can't cut my movie. You can't cut my fucking movie. Like, don't, blah, 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 blah." Just mad that they are trying to cut his movie. And the original 20 minutes was apparently seen by an audience of Hollywood elites or actors, and demonstrated what was, like, too much. And what I mean by too much is that the whole Eyes Wide Shut movie was kind of to pay homage in Stanley Kubrick's eyes, to pay homage to the hidden side of Hollywood. Um
Yeah.
and in this hidden side of Hollywood is a mass group of, elites doing terrible things, right?
Yeah.
But on the more important side of that, not just Hollywood, kind of just elites in general. Um, so political figures, people of power.
Like Tom
Uh,
Cruise in the movie, he plays like a doctor.
yeah, yeah. So he plays a doctor, and has close ties to people of power and people that have a lot of power. So
Yeah.
in there, it's like Ziegler, is basically, he's a man of power meant to represent like one of the many billionaires out there, right?
Yeah.
And so this party, um, which I think we did talk about. I think I did talk about on my last stream. Um, this party was basically a representation of the elite of the world, get together and do weird things. Now this obviously ties
Yeah.
to like the Bilderberg meetings, which is an actual thing, where elites from all around the world come and meet to talk about policy, um, the economy. Weird. And like and when I say elites around the world, I'm talking about like you know people that, like, household names, elites, like people that you know, um, and like billionaire owners of, like, large businesses, like the CEO of Walmart would be someone who would go to one of these parties, right? And to describe the parties in the littlest bit, that, like, in a nutshell, it's just a it's just a rape party. Like, it's like girls are sex trafficked, cult ritual, crazy shit, right? And that's kind of the whole thought of it. um
Here's one thing that I don't really get about the Eyes Wide Shut conspiracy. If they had to like remove that 20 minutes of footage, but like most of the film is just showing what goes on in these like sex trafficking rings, then why wouldn't they just like cut the movie like as a whole?
Well, that's the kind of thing where I said they went too far. You know, like the movie is kind of a it's definitely a blip encasing a lot of imagery that, if conspiracies are true, then, you know raise a lot of question with the elite. Like it like just Epstein's island, like, it's just kind of furthering the idea of that, um without taking any other look at it. It's like the exact same kind of plot there. What was going on at Epstein's Island is pretty similar to the movie. Um, the At least the scene that we're talking about, right?
Yeah,
Um, so where like where what's all this connection? Like it almost makes it seem too obvious, right?
yeah,
There's something that just makes too much, like it all just makes too much sense when you group it all together into one.
yeah,
You know, when you look at QAnon, Eyes Wide Shut, the whole conspiracy of Eyes Wide Shut. When you really get into it, dude, what like it all just connects together into the same, the same. It's all just the same exact concept, and it almost seems like we're just being told, you know? But basically, let me search up cut scenes. Um the 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 cut scenes, oh my god. So okay, let me just go. This is coming straight off of Reddit, by the way. And just to make that clear. There were 20 to 45 minutes of footage that Kubrick refused to have removed from the film, and they were only removed once he died. So yeah, that's something that we left out. He made sure that 20 minutes that the 20 to 45 minutes wasn't cut. He was not willing to cut those 20 to 45 minutes, but then he passed away, which
like just
allowed
before the film's release.
2 days before the film's release, which allowed the people that wanted these cuts to just make them. You know, so the 20 to 45 minutes of footage, um, is said, and there's obviously many different takes to this, but it's like exposing. Hmm. It's said to expose the Hollywood elite, and that's why it was cut. Like that's why that was specifically cut. But I remember seeing a lot of stuff about there being a lot of Bohemian Grove imagery, which if you don't know what Bohemian Grove is, that would be a subject that I would suggest you look into. Um,
Bohemian Growth.
yeah, so basically, Bohemian Grove is a ground that was home to the likes of Ronald Reagan, I believe George W. Bush, um, elites, and this this ground is highly, highly, highly restricted. Yeah, so members of Bohemian Grove have included Nixon, Reagan, Hoover, Bush. So like extremely like Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, Herbert Hoover, George H.W. Bush, and Clarence Thomas, Supreme Court Justice. So major names, right? Names that that if they were brought up, like if you heard there was a shooting and one of these names were brought up as a suspect, you'd be like, what? You'd bat an eye to it, right?
Yeah.
At Bohemian Grove, and I'm just gonna, you know, I'll show a picture. Oh god damn it! It's just freaking. So Bohemian Grove. There is no pictures allowed, no documentation of it. However, there was one picture that was taken. And dude, when I tell you, dude, like, can I just, there we go. Dude, so this is the picture that was taken, right?
Yeah.
When
Big monument, some kind of like god they were worshiping. It looks like.
so interesting. No, but that's not. That can't be possible. Why? See, this is what makes you feel weird. Why does it not just come up? You know,
Mm-hmm.
the 2000 infiltration. What? What is this, dude? What is the cremation of care? Is this the same thing that, like, is that the cremation of care? Because these two things look pretty different, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, back to the point. So, Hollywood Grove or sorry, not Hollywood Grove. Bohemian Grove is a. It's a weird one, man. Bohemian Grove is there was a picture taken shown people all around it wearing cloaks, and it was it appeared to be a sacrifice to a human. Now the sacrifice, it was not a real human. It was a fake human, and that was no, I think it was like paper mache human. So it was just a figure. But it is said that this is the commencement of the I think it was like a week camping retreat where all the elites get together and go camping and have a fire, have s'mores. Bullshit, right? Why the fuck are they why the fuck are they making a or sorry, an imitation sacrifice with a paper mache body? And why is this the likings of Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, you know, Herbert Hoover, like major names. Why are these, you know?
Maybe it was a real body,
Well, I
and we
mean,
just
that's the
don't
thing.
know.
So then the weird, so then, and oh, sorry, I didn't even say this. You know, so this owl statue, that's a 40-foot tall owl statue.
Yeah.
So it's a 40-foot tall owl. So you're right. It's probably like it's probably the god that they worship. But what is the so the Bilderberg meetings? Do you know what the Bilderberg meetings are? I was talking about them earlier.
Have you told me about them? I think you have. It
I
might have
I
just slipped my
I
mind.
I said earlier. It's like um large like mass elites all over the world get together to discuss what we don't know. Inside these the meetings are inside a completely um not a windowless building, but it's completely guarded with extreme with like extreme force. It's guarded. Um these meetings, and it's completely off the record. Um no pictures, no documentation, no nothing can come out of it, right?
Yeah.
In what world would that be normal for world elites, so people from all over the world, like, people, large names, people of power from all over the world coming together to talk about things that we aren't allowed to know?
Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Why are we doing
Super
that?
fucking.
Like that's not just like, oh, that's odd. That's
Yeah.
that's concerning. Why should that be off the record? Why should it be necessary that it's off the record? Um and why, like, you know, why does it have to be okay, well, it being guarded, I guess, makes sense, right? It being guarded
Yes, but like
makes sense.
heavily secure.
Heavily securely guarded
Like
because there are big names. But
I guess.
dude,
Yeah, but like
these
still,
the
just to
the
keep people
people,
away from their conversations.
yeah, but the people that were like, the people a part of the Bilderberg meetings are like, dude, like the Rockefeller, like David Rockefeller and Henry Kissinger, like the Rockefeller name. He attended the meetings, right?
Yeah.
Like crazy important names attended these Bilderberg meetings, and the Bilderberg meetings are like said to be attached to Bohemian Grove. Um, like I think I'm pretty sure, right? I
That's
mean,
why they would go to Bohemian Grove because it
I
was
mean,
like a restricted area.
let's be real. The like what it is the participants are just the same, right? But when you get to that point, the like Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan,
And
like
Reagan
George Bush, these are also names of people um that were part of like secret societies. And like if that is like just like a surprise to you, or if that's like what? Dude, if you have never heard of Freemasonry, like, no shame, because nobody has. Nobody. Phoenix, do you know who the Freemasons are?
No, but apparently you
No,
do.
no. Nobody knows who the Freemasons are, because there's
Then how do you know the name?
because I've I read books, so I obtain knowledge that can't. I can, I like when you read books, you can they can't be censored. You know, you can't censor things in books um after they had been released. Is what I mean, obviously, right? So, I've reading this book. It's right here. Rule by Secrecy. This is a really good book. And I'd read it if I were you. But it's it like talks a lot about the Bilderberg meetings and the elite, the people above, the people ruling us, the ruling class, essentially. But Freemasonry is kind of just something that's hidden. You know, it's
Yeah.
like you wouldn't come across it in media. You wouldn't be scrolling on TikTok and see a video about the Freemasons. Why? Because
Mhm.
it's said to be censored. Now, again, I don't believe anything I say. Everything I say, I'm just an entertainer of the idea. Again, Freemasons are a real thing, though. And it's a real group of people, mass elites, like larger elites. Let me go to the dude. Sorry, what? No, not that. Yo, that was a big gulp.
Yeah,
You good?
it's a tall glass of water.
Okay, where am I going here? Yeah. Okay. So this is what I've written down about the Bilderbergers, basically. So um let me, sorry. So the Bilderberg meetings still run, right?
Hmm.
Um and they coincide with other things like the Trilateral Commission, something that nobody, more like other people have never heard of, but is like, but was founded by David Rockefeller, the Rockefeller name, literally. Um, Ronald Reagan had a mass interest in the Trilateral Commission, ensuring that, um, kind of relaying that this is not some conspiracy theory. Um, it's real. There are big names interested in this thing. Um, and the and then conspiracies say that Bush, his opponent in the election, had a guaranteed win, as the Trilateral Commission ensured that Reagan would not win. Like the Trilateral Commission um, had made sure that Bush would win that election, right? Because Ronald Reagan's interest in the Trilateral Commission was that he wanted to demolish the Trilateral Commission. This also coincided with the Council of Foreign Relations, right? Which
Yeah.
has a lot of names connected to it. And then the base of the base that you're gonna get to is Freemasonry. Which, dude, the talk about Freemasonry and how like big Freemasonry is in our world, and how, how much, okay, here's some names. Here's some names of Freemasons. Sorry. Hold up. Actually, while we're here, okay, wait. Yo, what are you ready?
Yeah.
So, names of some Freemasons. Leonardo da Vinci. Yes.
For some reason, I thought you were gonna say DiCaprio.
No. Leonardo da Vinci. Um so if you think that Leonardo da Vinci is important in any way, shape, or form, understand that he was a part of Freemasonry. Sorry, and let me just give you an explanation. Freemasonry is often described as a connective thread between ancient and modern secret societies, existing long before secret lodges became illuminized. That doesn't make sense to you. You don't know what lodges are. This is just taken. This is notes that I take. Where's like a good, just a base description? Um, yeah, a system of spiritual and philosophical development teaching that humanity reflects a greater universal reality. However, critics and conspiracy theorists continue to argue that beneath its public image lies a concealed structure of power, secret knowledge, and influence extending across history. What is this? The power part of it, right? The bit of it that you're not supposed to know about. The secret side of Freemasonry is described as like a group that performs like black magic, like
Yeah.
dark magic, like there's like some fucking I need a good I just need a good like I don't. Okay, here. Freemasonry is a system of spiritual and philosophical development teaching that humanity reflects a greater universal reality, right? But it's got some like yeah. So there's a lot of backgrounds of Luciferianism, so satanic worshiping, Hermeticism, or not like satanic worshiping, but belief in Satan, um, and obviously some satanic worship. Um, there's like a lot of um involvement in occult sciences like alchemy, like and you know what alchemy is?
Uh,
Alchemy is like a
what does
blend.
that have to do with magic? What?
Alchemy is kind of like because there's a lot of people that think like as you just said that it's like some sort of magic, and then there's a lot of people that think that it's just like some sort of science, and it's the perfect balance between that. So long ago, alchemy was believed. It was just a thing, you know. And the process of alchemy is basically just turning one thing into another, right? Um,
Yeah.
the ability to morph one thing's atoms into something else, right?
Yeah.
So Freemasonry was like said to perform rituals like using alchemy, and obviously astrology and ceremonial magic, which like magic is kind of a um okay, ceremonial magic is rituals, symbols, sacred names, often Hebrew or divine names, and tools to interact with spiritual forces or transform the practitioner's consciousness, right?
Yeah.
Um so ceremonial magic is what we saw or what you would see in Eyes Wide Shut, the movie we were talking about. So that
Uh-huh.
the mansion scene, that like scene where it was, like that weird, the dude was standing there with the freaking big, it was a ritual, um
Hmm.
that was ceremonial magic. So it's said that, high societies perform rituals like the Freemasons. Hello, like, so going back to you know, the fact that Leonardo da Vinci was a high, was like a large figure in Freemasonry. Okay. Now, continuing on, King James the First. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Right? Um, you know, you know, Pythagoreanism.
Uh, could you remind me what it is? I think I've heard of it before. I just can't remember.
Do you know Pythagorean theorem?
Like with math, I
Yeah.
I haven't had a math class in a while, so
A squared
I'm
plus
kind
B
of
squared equals C squared, right?
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty like it's a pretty important part of math, right? That's Pythagorean
Yeah.
theorem is like, everybody should know that, right?
But I'm just not that big on math,
No,
so
no, I'm
it's
not.
not even
I'm
like when I
not.
want to do like as
No,
an
I'm not
adult.
dissing you.
So
Don't worry. Don't worry.
yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Um, he was a Freemason. Hello. Yeah, sorry. He was a Freemason. Um, like Pythagorean theorem, the guy who made Pythagorean theorem, Pythagoras, the guy who, you know, that I was talking about. Yeah, he was a Freemason.
Pythagoras is crazy.
Hmm?
Pythagoras is crazy.
Yeah. Okay, now continuing on.
I'm just gonna look
Plato,
it up.
Greek philosopher, was a Freemason.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Um. So we're talking like a group that is insanely secret. Um. Dude, I need to go back. Hold up. Dude, I got AI to summarize all my writing, but it changed a bunch of shit. It for sure changed like a bunch of shit.
Wow, using AI. Real
No,
classy.
don't diss, don't diss. Um,
My bad, my bad.
no, like, because honestly, all of the stuff that I right, okay, we're going back to this version. Whew, thank God. Holy shiz. That would have been so bad, dude. Oh my God, I would have been pissed.
What happened?
Um, well, it like AI changed a bunch of my fucking information because a lot of it is like probably, dude. A lot of it was probably flagged, and I couldn't see it, and I wasn't, and or AI was like, dude, you can't do that. You're not allowed to know that. Okay, so do you want to know what Freemasonry is?
Yes, because you keep saying it, but I still don't like understand.
You kind of just gotta know it. So, okay, no, 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 no. You got it. You got it. You're there. You're there. Like, it's it's a group.
It's another group of like elites in the world who study black magic,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. We're dealing with like mass elites. Um, these are like like household names. Leonardo da Vinci. Who the fuck doesn't know Leonardo da Vinci? Who the fuck knows that Leonardo da Vinci was a part of a secret society? You know?
No one.
And when I like I feel like secret society is hard to touch on cuz it's like okay, so Freemasonry is like it's in the richest form, like you could call it a cult in a way. I mean, it like the higher ups of the higher Freemasons are said to do like rituals and do crazy shit. And like a really interesting case is like William Morgan, former Freemason. He said that he was going to release a book exposing all of the Freemasons' secrets. Um, then he was arrested on trump up charges soon after he disappeared, and it was said that he was kidnapped and killed by Masons. Right.
Yeah.
So the like, and that's like the tip of the iceberg. There's so much weird shit, that like Freemasonry, like the P2 lodge, the Freemasonry P2 lodge is like there are different lodges in Freemasonry, and different figures are oh, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart is also a Freemason.
Yeah.
just to note that. Um sorry, what was I saying? Um
You're talking about how some guy from the Freemasons was I was gonna release all his secrets, but then they iced him.
ugh. Yeah, I mean, for too long there has been people that, that have started speaking up about Freemasonry, and then, they're gone, right?
And that's what what they said, like what happened to Stanley Kubrick. Like he was only 70, like he was still like healthy, young, but when he like
Yeah.
protested against cutting his movie, he fucking dies.
Dude, no, it
Like
was out of,
of natural causes. Yeah, no
hi
shit.
Bronson. It was dude, it was like, nobody knew why he passed away, and even his daughter. For those just joining in, we're talking about there's a movie called Eyes Wide Shut that is basically it's very inappropriate. Know that before watching it. It's extremely inappropriate. Anyways,
And
um,
disturbing.
and extremely disturbing, but basically it's what the elites do, and exposing the elites of Hollywood and the elites of our world, so like CEOs, billionaires, what they do behind the scenes. And it's just like there's a lot of rape, there's a lot of sexual assault, like it's just a big sex part, like orgy, like create, but pedophilia, thank you. It's like it's like pedophilia, you know.
Yeah.
And Stanley Kubrick is the creator made it, said is said to be a swan song to the elite, like trying to tell people, trying to open the word up. So he um passed away 2 days before, gone. um and it's said that he was killed so that certain parts of his movie couldn't be seen, like they could cut certain parts of his movie without him being in the way. Whatever. Look, he he was trying to reveal the truth, and he died. And he got the hammer,
Yeah.
which is the case, dude. I mean, look at what, like, the recent suspension of Jim Carrey. I mean, now we know what it really was.
Jim Carrey.
Have you did you
What does
have
he
you
have to
not
do with
seen
cults?
have you not seen all of the recent shit about Jim Carrey?
I've seen like how he's been like wearing. I mean, someone like posed as him as like
Yeah.
at an award show, like as a face mask of him. But like, what does that have to do with like
So
cults or whatever?
so Jim Carrey, he went up for this event. It was like an award event, and he, obviously for the past little bit, he's been like kind of speaking up, saying that speaking up about how fucked the world is, and that, like, just kind of saying something, right? Um, However, he showed up to this event and acted like nothing was wrong. He was just like hanging out, and like just like, like saying, he was literally saying, um everything's okay, like I love everyone here, I was so happy after so long of being like, the world is awful. Like the world is fucked. Let's fix shit, and then coming out and just being like, hey, whatever, we're all good, everything is gonna be fine. What?
Is that the person who was wearing the Jim Carrey mask,
Yeah. So that was someone
or was
wearing
it just Jim Carrey?
like professional mask or kind of like makeup. And then
Yeah.
after, there was a video that cropped up, and I don't know if it is real. Um you can't know now, you can never know, but I'll just here, let me play it cuz it's it's eerie.
Wasn't the whole thing just like a comedic stunt? Like I thought I saw a post that showed like Jim Carrey wasn't like actually at the award show, and that was like uh a whole thing of made up by him, like just as like a
Yeah.
joke.
So, however, no, I'm not going to play this cuz there's ads all over it and it looks stupid. However, so there was a video that cropped up, and it's basically him going, "Are you paying attention now?" Right? And
Okay.
the whole point was that the person going up in this mask, people, this happened. People were meant to think that he was sniped, assassinated, killed, and then they placed a body double to put in his place, right? To be able to be
Yeah.
like, um, go up and be like, yeah, everything's okay, right? Everything's fine. We don't have to worry. But this the whole point of this was said is now said to be for a documentary that he's releasing in 2027.
Yeah.
Do I have your attention now?
And the person that is showing the video, and this is like, the only reliable place that the video is from, is like Stephen Baldwin, which I'm pretty sure.
That's Alec Baldwin's brother, right?
Yeah, he's an American actor. So with like like what is he doing? Like what is this? Yeah. So he's related to Justin Bieber.
Actually,
Yeah.
I did not know Alec Baldwin and Justin Bieber had like any connection.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's related to Justin Bieber.
Weird.
Um so why is he bringing attention to this weird video that cropped up? I don't know,
He
right?
might be a part of the documentary.
Yeah. Like that's what like I don't know, man. It's weird. But the fact that there was an obvious body double for Jim Carrey at this random event is weird,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If he didn't want to go to the event, he would have made a good body double go to it, which is something that happens, right? And we know that because the
Yeah.
Clintons, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, use body doubles, have used body doubles quite often in like politically difficult times. Um,
Yeah.
but the the fact that it was so obvious, like it was such an obvious body double, you know. Um,
Hmm.
like what do we? I don't know, man. I don't know. It was, and then this video crops up. Like it just makes so much sense why he was going about trying to expose Hollywood, right? And then
Yeah.
he disappeared, and then there was a body double at an event that he was supposed to go to that kind of just spewed bullshit, obviously, all to do what? And then a video crops up saying, "Do I have your attention now?" Like, it's like, if this is true and he is like using this as an attempt to expose Hollywood, that would be insane. But
Yeah.
in that case, we know that the elites, or at least I know that the elites, from what I've seen and from what has happened in the past, in cases he will pass away. Yeah, for sure.
Well, that'll be sad as shit.
Dude, that'll be awful. When Jim Carrey passes away, dude, oh my god. That'll be like that'll be terror.
Like end of the world shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People will wreak havoc on the, I don't know. That'll be rough. Jim Carrey dying will be rough. But like, that's what I'm saying is like, I mean, what are you gonna, I don't know. I don't know.
Right. I might hop off. I was gonna finish this movie I was watching.
What movie are you watching?
I'm watching this 1982 punk film called Suburbia. It has Flea
Okay.
from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah,
Okay.
I just recently made this like a list of movies to watch since I'm like so uneducated in like the world of film. So
Right.
I'm just gonna I go through like a marathon of these movies.
Dude, okay, sick. Okay, yeah, no, I'll talk to you in a bit though.
All right, yeah, cool.
So like this, okay, I'm just swinging right back into it because this is too interesting. This is true. This is too the what happened with Jim Carrey. Everything that happened with Jim Carrey was like mind-boggling. Why are why did this girl have to do this? What was the point of it? Why are we, why are we not gonna pay attention to this video, right? That cropped up. I'm interested in it. I don't know what to think of it cuz obviously AI is so, you know, so current, and we know that it obviously could be AI. I don't know why Stephen Baldwin, like an actor, would pay raise attention to it. I don't see why that would. I don't know. I don't know why that would be a. I don't know. Like, I might be crazy. I know I might be crazy, but this is it just. If I'm gonna be, you know, if I'm gonna be on it, like I'm not gonna what he would know, is a lot more than what we know, right? So let's not like I wouldn't take it with a grain of salt. That's what I'm saying. Right? What do you think though? Like anybody here, what do you think? Cuz Jim Carrey, like what happened, like if you know, like you guys know what happened, correct? You know, this was not it was not this was like it was not a normal thing, and especially for an actor that big. I mean, come on. And has he said anything since? Like has he made any appearance in anything since the I mean, he must have. Like what's going on with Jim Carrey? If I just go to like if I just search up Jim Carrey and go to recent, do you think I'll be able to see? Oh, Jim Carrey's ex finally addresses rumor. He was replaced by a clone after report the actor was sad over the conspiracy theory. What? Over here, I'm gonna like I mean, is this a source that we're gonna trust? Jim Carrey's ex? Like, is that a source that we should trust? Yeah, like he was so happy at that award show, and like out of nowhere, after so long of being so mad at the world, like being open about how mad he was at the world, like, and I don't know. It makes sense. It only makes sense, right? That this there I mean, obviously there's a reason why he just pieced out for this event, but is it what we think it is? Probably not. I don't know. No, I want to say it is, but again, it's just conspiracy, right? Like we can't look past that. It's just conspiracy. Don't fret. It's just conspiracy. But don't rule everything out. Okay. Let's watch like okay, this is a video that I wanted to watch with Where is it? Here, if I just it's an older video of his. But I mean, it's like one of his more famous videos. Wendigoon. If you don't know Wendigoon, oh my. I mean, come on. Look him up, dude. Look up Wendigoon. Wendigoon. He. I don't know. He just talks a lot about conspiracy theories, and it's a good time. Like it obviously you're gonna want to take everything that he says with a grain of salt, just because some things are kind of crazy, but I mean, dude, some of the things are just there, that like, and what I mean by they're just there, like, I mean, like, they're just like real. But I gotta take a piss break. I'll be back in a sec. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Okay, let's watch this.
With new partnerships,
Oh my god.
new jobs, and
and a lot of it made. Hey everybody! So I was doing.
Dude, this guy rocks, man. I love this guy. He's such a good. Oh, dude, come on. Wendigo, Wendigoon. Whew. Okay.
Research for the iceberg. Hey everybody, so I was doing research for the iceberg and kept coming across like weird shady government stuff, and a lot of it made me think about JFK, and then I was like, I haven't given my crazy conspiracy rant on him yet.
Yeah, JFK is a weird one, man. Like JFK, because there's stuff that the driver shot him, that there were like multiple shooters, that like there was the weird umbrella man. I don't know. I mean, I assume he's gonna talk about it all.
So this is that. I say that mostly as a joke. To me, JFK is one of the most obvious cover-ups that have ever happened in history ever, to the point that there is government records and committees made who say, without a shadow of a doubt, that it was a conspiracy. So I thought, what better way to illustrate that than with a whiteboard? So bear with me, and I am going to show you exactly how JFK was killed and who killed him. What I'm going to do is start with the official.
Okay. How what he was shot.
Telling of events so we can establish.
I know he was shot. I do know that much. Okay, I know that okay, what do I know? It was like I'm just gonna play the fucking video.
establish how the official report of everything that happened went, and then from there I can pick it apart and we can see what more than likely happened, or at least what probably happened that certain government groups don't want us to know about. I'm trying to get past the minute monetization time before I say the specific word, but yeah, we'll get there. I hope that you all can appreciate real art when you see it. To give the official retelling of events, on November 22nd, 1963, John F. Kennedy... Has it been past a minute? It's probably been past a minute. The CIA killed John F. Kennedy.
Okay, right, yeah. No, that's the whole thing. Because the two people sitting in the driver and the passenger were both CIA agents, and so there was there was the whole thing that like they knew about it, because if you look at the video, the CIA agent is the two people in the front duck down. The driver slows down. Like, what are we doing? Whoa, sorry.
Like, hilariously so, but we'll get to that. 1963, November 22nd, John F. Kennedy and his wife Jackie are going through Dallas on a motorcade in the middle of a big Dallas parade. It was part of his whole re-election campaign. Riding in front of them was the governor of Texas and his wife, basically Mr. and Mrs. Connolly. In the front row was CIA agents O'Connolly and Greer. Greer was driving. The official telling...
That's it, William Greer. Yeah, William Greer is like the like there's like the conspiracy theory that the driver did it, and so the conspiracy theory says that he did it, or that he was in the know of like
events go something like this. Lee Harvey Oswald fired 3 shots. The first one was use the Patreon money to get better markers. The first shot was a miss, supposedly bouncing off the pavement and hitting a bystander who we'll talk about in a minute. The second shot supposedly hit John F. Kennedy in the back of the neck. The bullet then went through his neck, hit John Connolly, the governor, who was sitting in front of him, in the back.
I don't think I've seen the video. I don't know if I've seen like the full video. I'm gonna need to hold up. Okay, here it is.
A dark page in the annals of America has been written to the crack of an assassin's bullet. A nation mourns, the world grieves. The man who became 35th president less than 3 years ago is dead.
When am I gonna see it? I really don't. I'll say this, I hate gore. Like, I do not like gore.
To support the cause of democracy throughout the world won him acclaim almost unprecedented in the history of the president's
let's move forward.
A family that captivated the hearts of all.
Why is this 6 minutes long?
His life and tribute by the new president's of the Capitol.
Where's the...
At 1:25, the motorcade moves into the downtown area. Death is 6 minutes away.
Oh
in
my
a warehouse,
God.
a sniper with a rifle poised waits. The cheers of the crowd almost muffle the 3 shots. The assassin's aim is deadly. The area is aswarm with police, rangers, and Secret Service men. The murderer slips the net. But a few blocks away, a man is captured after he is reported to have killed a policeman. That
Yeah.
man is a 24-year-old pro-Castro Texan who once sought Soviet citizenship. He is charged with murder.
Okay. 3 shots for sure. 3 shots. 3 shots rang out. But I got nothing out of the video because it was just shaky.
right below the scapula. It then shot through, so let me draw this out, bounced through him into his chest, shot out the front
Is
of
it
his
too
chest,
loud?
hit his arm, and then shot down into his knee and came out as a perfectly intact bullet. This is so
Okay, wait.
absurd that the official name given to it during the
Wait.
court trials that would follow is the magic bullet theory. This is why in the famous Zapruder film, in which you can see the assassination of John F. Kennedy, he's leaned over like this, holding his neck because he had just been shot in the neck. Finally, the third shot came, hitting JFK.
Sorry, okay, wait. I need to go back.
Is the magic bullet theory. This is why in the famous Zapruder, the front of his chest, hit his arm.
I'm not locked in. I'm not locked in. Sorry. Okay, lock in. Lock in, lock in, lock
Use
in.
the Patreon money to get better markers. The first shot was a miss, supposedly bouncing off the pavement and hitting a bystander who we'll talk about in a minute.
Okay, but they were 3 very quick shots. That's the thing that, like it was like boom, boom, like not that quick, but like they were pretty quick shots.
The second shot supposedly hit John F. Kennedy in the back of the neck. The bullet then went through his neck, hit John Connally, the governor, who was sitting in front of him, in the back, right below the scapula. It then shot through, so let me draw this out, bounced through him into his chest, shot out the front of his chest, hit his arm, and then shot down into his knee and came out as a perfectly intact bullet. This is so absurd that the official name given to it during the court trials that would follow is the magic bullet theory. This is why in the famous Zapruder film, in which you can see the assassination.
Okay. But like my question is like, and what I mean by like 3 quick shots is like there was one on the ground, okay, then one that hit JFK on the head. Like how, you know, like are we quick scoping here? I mean, he shot at the ground and then the bullet. I mean, he said that the bullet went up and hit a bystander, but then like it was right after the second shot rang out and that one hit JFK. Which is what I don't understand. Because that's, I don't know.
Of John F. Kennedy. He's
Like, what I'm saying, it was just too quick.
leaned over like this, holding his neck because he had just been shot in the neck. Finally, the third shot came, hitting JFK in the back of the head and killing him. While making his escape out of the bookstore, John F. Kennedy ran into a police officer. He then pulled a revolver and
Lee Harvey Oswald,
shot the police
not JFK.
officer twice, killing him. Which, I mean, after you shot the president, you might as well add the cherry to it, I guess. It was later found out that Lee Harvey Oswald had communist sympathy ties. As a matter of fact, he tried to renounce his U.S. citizenship some years back, and everyone was happy initially, like, yep, that's the guy that did it. Don't have to worry about anything else. The Warren Commission, which was the board that was put together to make sure everything that I just described actually happened, came back after short deliberation and said, yep, Lee Harvey Oswald was the only shooter, and it was not some grander conspiracy, and we can all close the books on this one. So let me
Yeah, and it was like closed up really quick. Like they shut that shit down immediately. Just, yeah.
Let me tell you why that's wrong. I'll go ahead and say this to be generous. I do believe Lee Harvey Oswald was one of the shooters.
God damn it.
Welcome to the trap.
However, there is not a doubt in my mind that he was not the only shooter. So let me explain. Remember that first shot that I mentioned?
What, like there were multiple Oh yeah, the multiple shooter theory. No, I've heard of this.
That was supposedly a miss. Well, what happened is that bullet skipped off the ground, shot to the other side of the street, and hit a man who was standing about
No. No. Like, no. That's not happening. That's just straight up not happening. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. Sure, the bullets can bounce, but if he's on, I don't know. Like, do you guys think that's
100 yards out, whose name was James Teague. I'm going to be drawing more people so we can keep track. It's our man JT. James Teague stopped, was watching the motorcade go by, which then a bullet skipped off the concrete and hit him in the cheek. You can even see pictures of that skid mark on the ground from the bullet that came up and hit him, the supposed first shot. However, the big problem to this is James Teague's personal testimony. See, he was walking by the street as the parade was going by and he didn't take much care for it. The reason he stopped and turned to face the motorcade was because he heard a gunshot. Now, if he heard a gunshot, took time to stop and turn, there is no way the first shot was the same one that hit him. But it would make sense if it was the second or the third or more after that. The reason everyone...
Oh, yeah. Wait. Yeah, that's weird.
And the official report sticks with 3 shots is because there were 3 shell casings from Lee Harvey Oswald's window, as well as 3 at least confirmed bullets on the ground. However, JT's testimony here messes all that up, and his isn't the only one. The governor who got shot along with Kennedy, John Connolly, says the exact same thing. He says that there is not a doubt in his mind, nor his wife's, that the bullet that hit Kennedy and him was 2 separate shots. Keep in mind, it's called the magic bullet theory for a reason. There's no way the bullet followed that whole trajectory and just stayed together perfectly fine. What makes more sense is that it was 2 separate shots. However, Lee Harvey Oswald was using a 6.5mm bolt-action Carcano rifle. Not to get into all the details of it, but it is literally impossible to fire a bolt-action rifle in...
Bro, I hate when gun people go into gun lingo. Not gun lingo, but like gun talk. Dude, I hate people that are like have any sort of interest in guns. I'm sorry, but if you're coming up to me and you know different, like, you know, guns, and you know it, like it's at, you know, whatever, like that shit, yo, shut the fuck up, bro. Guns should be illegal
the amount,
like worldwide. Like, not a hot take. That's just simple shit. Not like, yeah.
Of time between what would be Kennedy getting hit and the governor getting hit. The space between the 2 shots was long enough that they could tell a difference in when each of them was hit, but not fast enough for someone to rechamber around and get a second shot off. Unless there was a second shooter somewhere off to the other side. If, and stick with me here for a second. I was trying to draw him on a hill, but it looks like he's got really big legs. We're gonna keep it. Anyway, if Texas Red here was off on the other side of the road firing shots toward the motorcade too, then one of his shots...
Is it like actually said to be like the bullet went under the car? Is that like the actual story? That the bullet went under the car?
Shots could have crossed through, striking the president in the neck and continuing, which would make more sense why Kennedy was hit in the neck, bent forward, and then one of Lee Harvey Oswald's shots hit the governor in the back. This is a direct quote from former Governor John Connolly. There is my absolute knowledge, and Nellie's too, that one bullet caused the president's first wound and that an entirely separate shot struck me. So where would our man Texas Red be standing? Most of you are probably familiar with the famous Zapruder.
Sorry, I'm not following. What does he mean by like an entirely separate shot? Was it not like it's 3 shots that rang out? What is he trying to describe?
Film, which is a film that is famous for being the one in which JFK gets killed. However, there was another view. There was another camera on the other side of the street that was recording that day that was filming the motorcade from the other direction. In it, everyone who has watched that film has said they can see with absolute certainty puff of gun smokes appearing from the opposite side of the street on what appears to be a grassy knoll. Not only that, but these puffs of smoke are in time with the times that bullets struck the motorcade. So now you may be asking yourself, what do you mean people who have seen this other film? And that's the fun part. In 1976, a group was formed called the House Select Committee on Assassinations. Now you may be asking, why in 1976, 13 years after the president's death, did they form a committee just to talk about this event? And it's because it came out that the CIA was purposefully hiding information regarding the assassination.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And I think even now, like this video was made, dude, 5 years ago. I mean, 5 years ago, Epstein stuff was like available, and we knew there was knowledge of it, but it wasn't that well known until more recently. But I'd say, especially now, we know that hidden documents are so like normal. You know, the fact that the what Jeffrey Epstein was doing was happening since around the 70s, 80s, and there when did we know about it? We knew about it in 2017, right? And there were so many presidents and people of power that knew about it and had the ability to speak up that just didn't, right? So we now have a common understanding that there, you know, there's a lot more hidden than we think, right? Whether it's Epstein files, JFK, no matter what it is, you know, there's hidden information about, like, I would say, I don't know, a lot of large subjects, you know, like another one would be 9/11. Like that would be another example. But yeah.
Not only that, but they planned after this trial was over to have a trial for the CIA directors that allowed the information to go missing. The original reason that this House Select Committee came together is because new technology was found in 76 that analyzed this data more closely. Using audiograph equipment, and this is my interpretation of that, they managed to pull the audio from the original Zapruder film and picked out that there were 6 shots fired in this amount of time of the film.
What? No. Is that okay? Wait, is that what I watched? Zapruder film. I don't even give a fuck what bullshit. Yeah, okay, there we go. No, that's not even close. What is the JFK movie in or out? Like Zapruder JFK assassination. What did he call it? Zapruder film? The Zapruder. The Zapruder film. Is this it? Ooh, wait. Whoa. I don't know if. Okay, just yeah.
Bacon or sausage? It's a delicious question. Now you don't have.
Yo, dog, that's crazy. No, I swear to God, we're still on the same thing. We're still. Okay.
This film is historically important. The first frame of 10 seconds. This car is.
It's not gonna show me the film. It's gonna be some dude describing it. God damn it. It's the Zapruder film. can I just watch it, dog? Is it a movie? Wait, is the Zapruder film like a movie? Or is it like a quick clip? Because I thought he was... Oh. Yes. The Zapruder film. Yes. This is it. Okay. Where can I find this, bro? How can I watch the Zapruder film? Dude. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, wait. This is it. This is it. Hey, Lev. This is it. This is the actual JFK assassination. Okay, I can't show this, but like, I'm not. Again, I don't like gore. That's like a thing for me. I really don't like. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna see anything because it's a like 8mm film. Wow. That's so okay. Well, I don't know what he's talking about from the Zapruder because I can't hear shit. I can't hear anything from that. That like that was just buzzing. I mean, come on.
Not the original thought out 3. They were so reliant on this that, as I mentioned before, they made a whole committee.
But no, 6 shots. I don't like from the. Is that what he said?
6 shots fired in this amount of time of the film, not the original thought out 3. They were so reliant on this that, as I mentioned before, they made a whole committee just to relook at all this information. You may be asking yourself, well,
I don't know what this is. Yeah, no, I don't. Because if he's talking about the Zapruder film, I mean, come on. Yeah, I couldn't hear anything on that. There was nothing coming through that like and in the original film the 3 shots.
What happened to the other film and all the information?
Really
and that's the best part. The day after they used that other film footage to determine that there was a second shooter, it all disappeared overnight from a CIA lockup.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so now that's going together. So this is hidden. This is not meant to be known. This is hidden information. I guess a hidden film. Like what are we talking about? What hidden JFK film is there? Or, sorry, video, I guess I should be saying. But like, the Zapruder film was, like, I couldn't hear shit. No, I'm doing good. How are you? What do you think about the JFK assassination?
To which they said that someone probably stole it, along with all the other evidence that proved that
McDonald's is still just $1 plus tax, which means you.
Okay.
something was wrong with this picture. Despite that, once the committee had finished their whole proceedings, this is the official statement they gave in the end. The committee believes, on the basis of the evidence available to it, that President John F. Kennedy was probably assassinated as the result of a
probably is crazy. That's an official document saying probably. I feel like should not be. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, no, it was bad. I mean, he was pretty good on social and economic equality, right? I'm pretty sure his stance on social and economic. Yeah, I'm just sure. Here we go. This is it. I'm not getting much out of the AI overview. Yeah, this is an easy question. Moral issue. Yeah, okay. So JFK had like a pretty good stance on equality, and people liked him. So if he continued on, I think that America would be in a lot better place than it is now.
Conspiracy, the committee is unable to identify the other gunmen or the extent of the conspiracy.
So the other gunmen, so they that confirms that there were multiple gunmen, right?
That is a government organization coming together and saying, yeah, something definitely weird happened. So we know that something was up, but what makes me think it's the CIA? Well, this is a whole other rabbit hole to go down, but John F. Kennedy was in big support of the CIA until a little thing called the Bay of Pigs happened. He was very upset with them after the fact and supposedly said to the White House Staff Committee, if it was up to me, I would take the CIA, break them into 1,000 pieces, and throw them into the wind. The CIA obviously didn't like that, and for those who know anything about them, they have a tendency to start to follow their own directive when president or states heads don't agree with it.
Yeah, I kind of always thought that, I remember when hearing about this subject, I was always under the impression that it was because of his stance on equality that JFK was assassinated, but it wasn't. And honestly, the thought that there is concern of equality or social and economic equality is a concern for higher supreme government officials. It's not. They don't care who you are. I personally think that equality is such of an illusion, or the issue of equality is such an illusion to the bigger problem and to the problem that there really is. And I don't know, it's just okay, think about this, because if and really think put yourself in a world where literally everybody is equal. You bleed red, you mean as much as everybody else, right? You it's equality, what equality should be, right? Utopia, literal utopia, perfect world, absolute. Yeah, it's nothing but a utopia, right? And so I think the fight of, or I think the fact that there is inequality in the world is simply of the fact that there's wanted chaos. Right?
For evidence, just look at the 60s drug crisis, or
sorry, not what desired chaos between who I don't Trump, I guess, let's say.
Or sending guns to South America, but we won't talk about that. Anyway, so going with this idea that John F. Kennedy was going to do something about the CIA, if not expose them for what they have already done, it stands to reason they want to do something about it. Also, keep in mind an interview that JFK did a couple months before the shooting. He said that there were scary things happening in U.S. politics and that there were secret societies planning to take over democracy and government systems. And
Do you realize how
Bro, yeah, no, I did know about that. He went on like a full rant. Like he went on a full like he went crazy. Just before
much money
the
this will save us?
like there
What's
was
that?
you,
I just
was
built a
talking
budgeting
lot.
app with
I
Base
know that.
44. Look, it pulls our expenses in.
yeah, so we have the motive, but what about the evidence? As I've already mentioned, the CIA lost all the data the day after it was used in court.
And like why that matters is because that would be why, you know, he died. That would be why the assassination happened. Because, you know, when you talk about something and you're of that importance, right? Yeah, you just and that's why the thought that the CIA was you know, they did it.
To prove that this guy was actually there. Aside from that, at the least, their handling of John F. Kennedy's motorcade was hilariously bad. For example, they plotted out the map that John F. Kennedy would follow, and they determined that there were 20,000 open windows that the car drove by, and that there were so many windows that they just shouldn't cover any of them, which has got to be the worst compromise I've ever heard. It's like, man, there's a lot of windows. We're going to have to do a lot of work.
I mean, what else are you going to do, though? You know? Like, how are you going to cover, what was it, 20,000 windows?
Ever heard. It's like, man, there's a lot of windows. We're going to have to do a lot of work. Or we could not. Also, keep in mind what I mentioned earlier. Greer and O'Connery, the two CIA agents who were in the front of the car, as soon as the first shot rang.
I mean, I do understand the purpose of a motorcade. I really do think that I don't know. I do think that it's just not worth it. And it's like, I don't know. Yeah, the risk is too high. The risk and yes, the reward is pretty high. Like the fact that you might be of the large population of people that could just walk outside and see, you know, the president of your country just strolling by. That's like really cool, but it's just simply not worth it to announce where you are to a large population of people and be crossing through areas that where you're very vulnerable. Like I just like, you know, it's just like motorcades are just kind of it, and history's proven it, you know, with Franz Ferdinand. Like we should learn, we should know by now, and I think we do know that motorcades are just not a good idea.
Out, Greer did not try to run away or drive away or anything else at standard of CIA training. He brought the car down to a 7-mile-an-hour speed, and him and O'Connery hunched forward and put their shoulders up. It's so weird that Jackie Kennedy even came out afterwards and said he was behaving extremely oddly during the whole thing. To adequately explain the rest of this, I need to bring in another character, the Umbrella Man. The Umbrella Man has become a famous figure.
Yeah, the Umbrella Man. Who the fuck is the Umbrella Man?
And all the theories surrounding JFK, and there's good reason for it. In the middle of a sunny day in Dallas, right as the president's murdered, you can see a man in the Zapruder film who is holding up an umbrella in front of the motorcade. Not only that, but he is standing directly in front of the position Lee Harvey Oswald was in front of, and as he's standing there, JFK passes by, to which he lifts his umbrella, and immediately the first shots ring out. If that is not a man on the ground either signaling that it's the motorcade or giving the all clear to fire, I don't know what is. To top it off, immediately after JFK...
That's crazy. That's crazy. Do you think I could... I don't want to watch it again, honestly. Like, I really don't want to watch it again. It's a... I don't... My thing is, you can't hear anything. Like, you can't hear it. What is this? This is just a... Oh, weird. Oh, he was, like, filming a lady. It's probably, like, his wife or his mom or something. Okay, yeah, I can't even hear anything. I can't... Is it, like, where can I watch a version of it where I can hear... I mean, there was this one. But, like... This is all I hear. Like, that's all you can hear. Like, what? Where can I hear the audio of the Zapruder film? Like, is that a thing that like, you know, that's like... What if I search up Zapruder film with audio? Maybe. Wait.
So what really happened that day? Let's just for a moment speculate, shall we? We have the epileptic seizure around 12:15 p.m. distracting three rifles.
This is a movie. Oh, that's... my buddy wanted me to actually watch that movie. Holy crap, I have to watch that movie. Okay. Maybe I'll watch that. Maybe I'll watch that after stream. That'd be a good idea. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, this is a Zapruder film. Yeah, okay. I know this, but where... The Zapruder film is silent. So then how do we know of these supposed 6 shots?
He died. There are pictures of this
Like...
guy simply shutting his umbrella and setting down at the curb. Keep in mind, everyone else is freaking out.
Yeah, no, it is also weird that the guy has an umbrella and it is blue skies.
Out running around screaming
in the film.
And this guy just was like, well, yep. During the House Select Committee on Assassinations, they were trying to figure out about this guy because obviously that's very weird and someone should probably figure out what happened here. To which the CIA brought in a man wearing a suit, holding an umbrella. The man walks into the court and goes, I am the umbrella man. And
yeah, right. That feels...
This is that umbrella. And the judge went, seems all right to me. There was no double check. There was no follow-up. They're like, that man has an umbrella. He's got my vote. There's also rumors and speculation that man was a former CIA agent. However, I couldn't find anything concrete on that, so I'm going to let that part slide, but it's weird either way. Also, in 1966, they tried to reevaluate JFK's autopsy, and his brain was missing. Like, after the initial autopsy, they took the brain out and preserved it, and no one's been able to find it since.
JFK's brain is missing? Went missing in 1966. Holy shit. Went missing in 1966, and they still can't find it. Locked in a container at the National Archives. Yo, so somewhere in the world is JFK's brain?
So
That's hilarious. Oh,
I make of that what you will. I have no idea why they would do that. Also, the initial Warren Commission, which was the first one that happened immediately after this, that determined that Lee Harvey Oswald was the only shooter and he acted alone, was made almost entirely up of CIA members who, as it was proved later, suppressed information. There's a few things I want to disprove really quick to kind of emphasize this point. For one of the main theories that is prevailing through all this is that the mob did it, and while I'm sure the mob hated JFK, I don't see why a mob murder would be covered up to the degree that this was obviously and proven to be covered up by the CIA.
Yeah, no, I also feel like they would have just kind of pegged it on the mob. I feel like that wouldn't have been like a cover up at all. They would have just been like, yeah, the fucking mob did it. Shit.
Hey, like if the mob killed JFK and assuming the CIA wants him dead, that's the perfect write-off. They could just say, yep, mob did it. That's cool, rather than having to do all the shady tactics around it. A lot of people also point to Jack Ruby, the man who ran up and shot Lee Harvey Oswald, as being for the mob because his family debts were paid off. But you know who else would probably pay off family debts? I'll give you a hint, it starts with CIA. The other popular idea is that the KGB did it. Obviously, that is the initial idea because, again, Lee Harvey Oswald was proven to have Russian ties. But one, if Russia did do it, they wouldn't get someone who had ties to Russia to do it, duh. And two, the CIA wouldn't cover it up if Russia did it. I also want to say the whole theory about the babushka lady, which was a lady who was wearing a babushka, who kind of similar to the Umbrella Man, just walked around and didn't really do anything after JFK was murdered. I don't really see how that could be related to anything. She wasn't brought up later. I think she was just an old woman who was there and saw all of this play out. I also want to go another level deeper with this. There was a guy working at the CIA whose name rhymes with Gorge Mush. Gorge Mush, that's what we'll call him. Gorge Mush was one of the people put over this whole motorcade route and one of the people elected to keep the president safe. So much so that he was in Dallas on the day that this all happened. So keep in mind, he failed his job harder than anyone can possibly fail. His job was to make sure nothing happens to this guy, and he got shot at least twice. Not long after this happened, that man was promoted to director of the CIA, and then another position. Not only that, but when Gorge Mush was asked years later about where he was on the day of Kennedy's death, he said, I don't remember. You were in Dallas. All of it from head to toe reeks. There's absolutely no way that you could convince me or anyone else who thinks about it sensibly that Lee Harvey Oswald was just a crazy dude who acted alone. It is in my firm and honest opinion, as the opinion of many others, that the agencies and powers that be wanted this man dead. And while I do believe they used Lee Harvey Oswald as part of it, he in no way acted alone and he in no way acted on his own agency. But we'll never know because the only guy publicly who would know, this one, got shot by a random man whose family debts were paid off before he died 4 months later. So we have the motive, we have the method, and we have the evidence. In my opinion, they're absolutely guilty, and even not of this, some other stuff. Also, just as a side note, a bunch of people are worked up over Texas Red's identity, who that could be. There's a lot of theories about it. Obviously, we'll probably never know for sure, but from everything that I've read, there was several CIA works with Cuban guerrilla fighters who were being trained by the CIA for whatever after the Bay of Pigs, and most of the evidence points to a certain Cuban marksman in Dallas that day, so probably. Either way, it doesn't matter, because just like Lee Harvey Oswald, they were a gun, one way about it. If Lee Harvey Oswald got caught, which he did, oh look, Russia did it. And if a Cuban guerrilla fighter got caught, oh look, Cuba did it. Either way, the people who really did it wash their hands of the situation and get a walk away. I should also mention, before anyone decides that I am a threat for this, this is a joke. It's all a joke. This is post-irony humor. This is entirely educational. I believe none of it, and you should believe none of it.
Yeah, alright, fucking good video. Holy shit. Yeah, like, interesting, too. Who, you know, like, I'm not seeing, I didn't see much, and I don't know what he's hearing from the Zapruder films, but I don't know, that, like, that's for sure, no, doesn't make sense, doesn't make sense. Okay, what are we watching next? What do we got next? Dude. Marvel's most sadistic villain. That's crazy. The largest leak in history.
Centrum, a multivitamin scientifically formulated to support a healthy foundation for every body. Support your immune system and your energy metabolism too. Namaste. Centrum, the #1 doctor-recommended multivitamin. You did it.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Or Vibe.
Okay. Lock in.
It's 2017. It's the day before the Super Bowl. Beyonce announced she's expecting twins. Bad and Bougie hits #1 on the Billboard charts, and the whistleblowing platform WikiLeaks begins sending a series of cryptic tweets. What is Vault 7? This initial question is paired with a photograph of the Global Seed Vault in Norway, an area that has been the target of many conspiracy theories, leaving viewers wondering what the connection is. The next day, another question is asked, along with another photo, this time of a Nazi vault, used to store gold during the 1940s. This continues for 4 more days, each tweet posing another question along with another photo. An engine test at Langley Air Force Base in Virginia, fake newspaper...
That's Stranger Things. I swear that's Stranger Things. I've seen that before.
Covers of famous whistleblowers, a stock image of a welder, and lastly, a photo of a woman mailing a letter, reportedly taken by East Germany's secret police during their surveillance operations. After February 9th, the tweets stop. Online posters...
I don't get what all this... I don't get why all this is important.
Begin trying to decipher the meaning behind these seemingly unconnected photos and that initial question. Most believed it would be a continuation of the Hillary Clinton email releases, which WikiLeaks was known for. Some think it could be connected to World Trade Center Building 7, and a few even suggest that the tweets could be the work of the cryptographic puzzle organization Cicada 3301. But it wouldn't be until almost a month later that WikiLeaks would mention Vault 7 again, this time with no warning. Vault 7 Year 0, a torrent link in Cicada 7, and a few even suggest that the...
But it wouldn't be... Yeah, dude, I know about the cicada things, eh? Oh, dude, if you haven't looked into the cicada puzzles, dude, look into it. They're creepy.
Until almost...
They're like, it's basically this... I don't know. It's too hard to. There's it's these extremely deep puzzles. Where data miners are supposed to like go through it and figure out the puzzles, and like when they, there's like been 3 of them. But the third one was released on 2016, and no one has solved it, right? So it's like a mystery in that sense. But yeah, no, check that.
A month later, that
that's
WikiLeaks would mention Vault 7 again, this time with no warning. Vault 7 Year 0, a torrent link to a set of encrypted files accessible only with a password. That password, a John F. Kennedy quote released the following morning, unveiled 8,761 files on hacking and surveillance techniques developed and used by the CIA, making this the largest leak of classified intelligence documents in history.
Wow.
Investigation is underway in the U.S. following the leak of
some 8,000 documents that details
the CIA's technical capability to carry out hacking.
Would like to thank the CIA for their gift of a brand new smart television.
WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange criticized the CIA for keeping the data in one place, calling it incompetent.
Is it clear to you, Michael, that this was an inside job?
Absolutely. This has to be an inside job.
You can surveil someone through their phones, through their television sets, and microwaves.
Dude, I respect that so much too.
Waves that turn into cameras, etc.
Your name, your phone number, your home address, your email address, social media accounts, family members, and court records. All these personal, private details are scattered across the internet right now in businesses. But that's where today's information to personal detail becomes more
It's a goddamn ad.
Battle for Protect Yourself/Ty from Night sponsoring today's war prisoners of the CIA. Who are equipped any other office. Somewhere in the suburbs of Delete Me for sponsoring today's video.
There we go.
Somewhere in the suburbs of Northern Virginia, there's an office building that looks like any other office building, except this one has fences fit for a prison and guards who are equipped for a full-scale firefight. Just to get in requires a security check and a key card, because this building houses the Cyber Intelligence Division of the CIA. On the 9th floor, to another door that requires badge access, lies the Operations Support Branch for this Cyber Intelligence Division. The OSB is considered the CIA's hacker unit and only employs around a dozen people. It is in this office, on this private...
Only a dozen people work in the hack. How much do you think they get paid? Oh my god. $70,000? +7 years is like 100 freaking 70,000. That's crazy. Wow. But there's only 12 of them. Interesting.
Network not connected to the internet that the Vault 7 tools were developed and maintained, meaning that this leak came from this room. 20 minutes after WikiLeaks tweets the password to those encrypted files, it announces that the planned press conference from WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has been put on hold since his video streams are being hit offline. Within hours, news outlets such as The Guardian, Wired, and The New York Times begin reporting on the release, and researchers around the globe begin diving into the extensive documentation. But we still haven't answered that initial question. What exactly is Vault 7? The series of releases, published from March to November, alleged that the US consulate in Frankfurt, Germany is a covert CIA hacking base used to attack targets in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Revealed that the CIA has a practice of stealing malware from foreign states such as Russia and using these in attacks to leave behind the digital fingerprint of the groups the attack techniques are stolen from, essentially framing others for their operations. And detailed how the CIA hoarded zero-day vulnerabilities. The agency not only stockpiled these, but also purchased them from private entities without disclosing the vulnerabilities to the software manufacturer. Now, none of this is particularly surprising or unique. It's a fair assumption that every nation-state with a robust intelligence network probably engages in similar activities. Countries like Russia, China, Israel, and North Korea have well-documented histories of cyber espionage and cyber warfare. But the real highlight of the release were the tools developed by the CIA from 2008 to 2016 for conducting these attacks. Some of these tools include Hive, Scribbles, Fine Dining, Sonic Screwdriver, Night Skies, and Weeping Angel. Hive was a command and control framework used to manage malware implants on compromised systems. A command and control framework allows an attacker, or in this case the CIA, to essentially communicate and send commands to malware they've implanted on a system. Hive allowed the CIA to do all of this through websites that appeared ordinary. To anybody who came across the connection, it would appear to just be a normal link to maybe a software website, when the underlying traffic would actually be extracting sensitive information from the targeted devices back to the CIA servers. Scribbles, dubbed the Snowden Stopper, is a tool that embedded web beacon tags into confidential documents that were likely to be stolen. The purpose of this is to track access by whistleblowers and foreign spies. It would generate invisible, unique watermarks for Microsoft Office documents, which, when opened, sent information back to the CIA about the viewer. Fine Dining, a collection of malware-laced applications that were disguised as legitimate programs. Agents could use these apps, stored on a USB drive, to infect the target's computer while appearing to just run normal software. The list of decoy apps include VLC, Google Chrome, Opera, and Firefox, LibreOffice, Prezi, Skype, 7-Zip, the game 2048, and even some antivirus software. Sonic Screwdriver was a tool that manipulated the firmware of Apple's Thunderbolt to Ethernet adapters, making them store and execute malicious code during a max boot process. This means it would bypass security mechanisms like firmware passwords, taking control of the system before the operating system even loads. And because the attacks target the low-level firmware of the computer, the malicious code would persist even after the operating system is completely reinstalled. Continuing with the Apple attacks, Night Skies works like...
This video is not hitting, bro. That is just lingo bullshit, bro. It's not hitting hard. Dude. Alright, that's alright. That's alright. We'll stop here.